love crafts, it's definitely the place that you the camera today. Click the video description if you're watching this later on replay, or you can click the little link or the cube in the lower left hand corner of your screen to find featured links. They're all there. We're doing that today. Hello. Do we not have any sound? Oh, gracious. No sound. You know what? This microphone is going to the garbage can today. Hopefully you all can hear me now. Let me know. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello, Miss Penny. I'm going to wait because I know there's a little bit of a time delay. You all, please, somebody comment if you can hear me now. So that I know for sure. Good afternoon, Karen from East Tennessee. Okay, I unplugged the mic. This thing is going to the trash. It's going to the trash. It is brand new. Actually, I'm probably going to ask for a refund because it's not even a month old, I don't think. So we're just going old school today. Hopefully the sound is not too horrific for you guys today. I apologize for that. You never know how that thing's going to work. And I don't even know. It's supposed to be a really high quality mic. You will come on in, as I was saying, if you're needing some spring decor pieces, some little mini pieces to kind of tuck in some small spaces, or maybe some little corner shelves or things like that. This is going to be the perfect projects, the perfect projects for you today. I maybe have 2, maybe even 3, depending on what time allows for us to do today. Hello, Miss Patty and Miss Jennifer. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I was making a mad dash to the table today, trying to get ready. I was just running behind. I don't know, time got away from me before I realized it, and it was like, whoa, here I am. Hello, Miss Vicky from South Carolina. So glad you are here today. Susan is from Georgia. Listen, no matter where you are tuning in from or whether you're watching on live or replay, please know that I'm always so happy that you are here, and it means a lot to me. So let's get started today. I'm going to show you a new label set that I found on Etsy. It's one of my other favorite designers, and we have used some of this designer's labels before, and I think it may have been for Christmas, possibly. But she has some beautiful new Easter labels out, and so we are going to use some of them today. I'm so excited. And if you see the labels and you want to get a hold of those, I will have them, the link and everything on my website today. I'll also put it in my video description after the live is over today. So come back and check the video description. Or if you're on my Telegram notification channel, that's the place to be, because it will be automatically sent to you right as we are finishing up today's live, the link to the Etsy shop where I purchased these labels from today. So that's the easiest, quickest, most convenient place to get to information from me directly to you is on my Telegram channel notification channel. Oh, heavens to Betsy, you guys. Heavens to Betsy. All right, let's flip the camera. I had a phone call come in, and I thought it was going to disconnect us for a second, but we're good. We're good. Thank you, Miss Pam, for sprinkling us out. Take a look at these labels. Are they not precious? Now look at that. Oh, that one's upside down. Look at that one. Spring greens. I'm going backwards for you guys. They're so cute. I'm still backwards. Woohoo. That one, that little spring greens ones. We're going to use that one today. And we're going to use the Easter Bunny chocolate one today. I'm so excited. But I have plans to use all of these at some point. There are, let's see, 6, 7. There are 8 labels in this set, and they are $6 for the set. Occasionally she will run sales. Now, my lights are flickering, and I hope the power doesn't go out while we're live. And if so, we'll just keep rolling. That would just add to the craziness for today. I wouldn't put it past it. Whew, there's a reason why I don't typically go live on Mondays. From New York, welcome in, Miss Dee Dee. All right, so let me show you what we're going to use these on. Oh, and I also have another one. If we get to it, we may use this one today. Take a look at that one. Peter Rabbit Candy Company. I love that one. That one's gorgeous. That one is only $1 on Etsy. You guys, I know you can find free printables online all day long, okay? And if that's what you want to do, that's great. You know, there are tons of label resources at your fingertips. I just like to support designers, other fellow creatives, because it takes time to create those things. Now, I would like, I like paying these designers for high quality labels, and it doesn't bother me. I can reuse them. I can print them as many times as I need to. I can enlarge them. I can shrink them. So for me, I think they're very cost efficient. You make the decision of what's right for you, okay? They're beautiful, aren't they? Okay, so we're repurposing some jars, you guys. I'm so excited. I have a maple syrup jar. We're going to turn this into the Easter Bunny brand chocolate, because I'm thinking chocolate syrup, I don't know, or like hot fudge or something. I'm thinking the little Easter Bunny label will look so cute on that. And then I can always reverse it around to an everyday design on the other side. This is an old salsa container, an old salsa jar. Love them. I have jars running out my ears, you guys. So we are going to use the spring greens and turn that into a really cute little something that we can tuck in to our little display back here. Now, you guys probably can't see my carrot display. Let me scoot over. I would pick it up and show. I'm tangled up. I would pick it up and show you, but we have a light cord attached right here. I have an old cheese grater that I've put a string of lights into, and this is all in a little dough bowl, a little wooden bowl with our faux carrots, and we have the faux carrot juice. I also made a smaller carrot juice out of the Starbucks bottles. We did this last week, and this has been one of the most watched replays last week from my page. Let me give you a close-up view if you missed this, of these primitive carrots. They look so real. That one, I probably rushed those along a little bit. The paint got smudged off on those. But I love these little carrots, and they look so real. I need to kind of go back and touch up as they've dried. Some of the little creases I need to go back in and add a little bit of paint to. But those are just so cute. And they add just the perfect little country garden, spring garden little feature back there in my little hutch area. So I have a couple little empty areas over here on the side. Oh my gosh, my nose is like tickling like crazy. The wind is insane here in Kentucky today. I don't know if the wind is crazy where you guys are, but it is definitely stirring up pollen. My eyes are all kind of puffy today, and now my nose is like, if I wasn't on the air, I feel like I could just rub it. Anyway, feels like I got a feather on the tip of my nose. So we're going to repurpose these little jars to kind of tuck into some of our displays today. You guys know I love repurposing old jars. So let's start with the spring green ones first. This little label. I'm just going to do, I'm going to do a straight cut on these. I was trying to think, do I kind of want a feathered edge? We're going to go for the straight edge today on these. My hands are not the most steady this morning because I've been running around super crazy, but that's okay. It's going to be a forgiving style project anyway, so if my lines are a little crooked, there we go. Is that not so cute? It says, let's see, the fine print. Cottontail Farms, fresh grown, sweet and tender spring greens. I think that's cute. So we're going to Mod Podge that on, and we're going to use, oh my goodness, we're going to use some old tea bags. You guys know I love using these tea bags. I've used them for several projects. I've got some more projects in the works to use with these. I just like to use them. It's something that you would ordinarily throw away, repurpose them, right? Take things that you have and turn them into adorable gifts or home decor. Oh my goodness, you guys. Whew, my nose is going to itch off my face. We're going to put a light layer of Mod Podge on our jar and fix those tea bags straight to the jar. I have in the past, I have stamped these tea bag labels. Well, I say labels, they're not labels. They're used tea bags that have been unfolded and dried, okay? So once you brew your tea, you carefully open up the little sachet, the bag, the packet. My brain, it's not working. Open that up and those piece, you know, you get this beautiful piece of paper that already has beautiful coloration to it. And it's very forgiving. It's very tough to tear it, honestly. Very durable, okay? So I'm just gonna put a light layer of Mod Podge. I am gonna go all the way up to the rim. I haven't decided how I'm gonna treat the top of this, but we're gonna go ahead and take it all the way up to the top. That way, if the top is visible, it'll go ahead and be covered. Just press it down in the little lip of that jar. All right. My Mod Podge is drying super fast today. All right. This is going to go really quick. Once you get the tea bag papers pressed on, you can almost work with it immediately. It just, as long as you put a light enough coat on. Now, if you go super thick with your layer of Mod Podge, then you're going to have to give it some more drying time. But I love it when the paper wrinkles, gives you even more of that vintage effect, like an old newspaper or an old book. All right, now let's get this all Mod Podged up for me. And then we'll put that little label on and jazz it up. Make it a cute little container. Now we are going to be short just a little bit in the back. I'm not going to fuss over that right at the moment. But actually, yes I am. I'm just going to go ahead and cut a little strip now. Cut a little strip to cover that back up. I've got just a tiny little sliver. Let me show you right there. Okay. Hi, Sawyer. Can you shut your door, please? Okay, with my microphone not on today, it picks up, it probably is going to be picking up background noise, so I don't want to bombard you all with background noise. My kids are home right now, so you guys don't want to be bombarded with background noise. All right, that's a little fussy. I knew I probably should have waited, but oh well. All right, and then we'll just tie it down at the bottom. I probably need to go ahead and put a little bit. Then cut out a little circle and finish that jar off at the bottom out of your tea bags. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. I'm just gonna make sure that those edges are nice and pressed down. We'll give it a quick dry too. Yeah, that'll be big enough. Let's just go ahead and put that. I have Mod Podge all around on the circle down there. We'll lay that down and then we'll trim around it. And that way it looks like a nice finished piece. So if you want to give this as a gift, or if you want to make this as something to make and sell, spring is coming, you guys. Big time for arts and craft shows. This would be a super easy thing to turn a profit on, because basically you're using lots of repurposed items. So, super great, right? Y'all hear my dryer? Oh my gracious, I don't know what's going on with it. It's been acting up. This is the second one that I've had problems with, but I love these little things. I don't know if I just got a bad batch or what, but let's get this dried because I want to turn it over and do the bottom or the top. So if I sit it down while it's wet, it will stick to the paper. Hey, Miss Stephanie, I know the wind is crazy. Hey, Miss Cheryl, oh, you're way low, Victoria. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. We are making we're repurposing 2 jars. One of them, let me show you, was an old Tostitos salsa jar. And then the other one is a maple syrup bottle. And we're doing this for Easter. I'm needing some little Easter mini props to kind of put in my little vignettes and things. And my cabinets and my shelves. I have a little spot in my kitchen that's bare. You all know my little cozy corner in my kitchen. Carrie is heading to Kentucky in less than 2 weeks. That is awesome. What part of Kentucky are you coming to, Carrie? I have a little cozy corner that I've pulled out all of my snowman decor this weekend. Officially moving on to spring. And I'm reworking our little display back here for spring. So it's not anywhere close to being finished. It needs to be jazzed up quite a bit. So these little items that I'm making today will be perfect. Will be perfect to use in any of those spaces. Now I'm just going to kind of fold that down right now. I'm going to have to go back over and fuss with it with a little bit of Mod Podge to kind of make sure that that's all tightened down at the top. But other than that, we're good. But I can do that off of camera so you guys don't have to sit and wait. Now let me peel this off my fingers because I feel like when my fingers are coated with glue, I can't feel like I can touch and feel things right. Okay. So this little jar, I probably should have used my magic eraser. You can see a little bit of a stamp, a little bit of a, like, it may be like the sell by date or the use by expiration date or whatever, you know what I mean, on there. So I'm going to try to avoid that for sure. And this little label, if you guys missed it, this set of labels I found from one of my favorite designers on Etsy. The printable link or the link for these I will put in my video description following the live today. But it is automatically going to be sent to you if you're on my Telegram channel like 1 to 2 minutes before we finish today. So how convenient is that? You won't even have to wait for it. It'll be right there on my Telegram channel for you guys just to click over. It'll take you straight to Etsy to where they are, okay? But you can use any design that you want. If you just want this specific set, then that'll be where you can get them. I know lots of you like to use some of the same thing. Hey, I could just put the label right on top of that little stamp. Why didn't I think of that? My brain's not quite with it today, you guys. I'm all out of sorts, I feel like. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Now, I am planning sometime soon. Don't have an exact date yet. We are going to have a big jar and container sale here on my page. It may be a silent auction. It might be a live sale. It might be an auction. I don't know. Haven't thought it all through yet. But I've had so many of you guys ask about purchasing some, or just saying, you know, you don't have the means to print them or have difficulty downloading the labels or whatever. Okay, there's lots of, you know, things that can go on and go into play. So I have jars running out my ears, you guys, more than what I can create on a live. And I know you only want to see so many jar projects, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to, or I'm going to rather, repurpose. I'm going to decorate a whole huge set of jars and different containers and such. And we'll have a big jar and container day sale very soon. It'll probably be at least a month, but I'll keep you updated. So if you want in on that, check back on my page or be on my Telegram channel. All the updates and things will be coming on there. Okay. Now, since this says spring greens, we need spring greens, right? I don't know. I would love to put some of my daffodils in there, but there's no way I was going out in this wind today to go pick my daffodils. They're probably like a disaster at this point anyway with the way the wind has been. We had storms early this morning and such, so I'm keeping this pretty simple and prim right now. Okay, it's going to kind of coordinate with my little carrots that I have going on. Something super simple. Let's tie that off. Now, if you wanted to add a little strip of homespun, or you could use a different tie, different ribbon, you get the idea, right? You could even add in a few sprigs of some different greens. I'm just thinking to kind of go along with my carrot juice and my carrot theme that I have going on over here. This will coordinate. I do have a little bush that has a couple little purple berries. I don't want anything super flashy, okay? I want something to kind of be cutesy, but blend in with the other things that I kind of already have going on. So I'm just gonna add a couple little sprigs of those purple flowers. And there we go. Super simple. A super simple little piece that can go in and coordinate very nicely. See, that'll blend in perfect and not be too flashy, right? Okay, let's move on to the bunny label. Let's go check on our time. Oh, we're like sailing right through this, you guys. We have until 12 o'clock today. If you're watching this live, we are on until 12 o'clock Central, and then we have another crafter coming up over in the Craft on the Clock. This is being live streamed over there into that group. If you don't know about that group, you'll want to check it out. So look at the other labels that are in this set. Are they not just precious? I love the shape on that one right there. Oh, I haven't figured out what I'm going to put that one on yet. But you can print these in different sizes. You can print just one of them. You can print the whole set. She even does have she offers 2 different versions of this set. All in this, you just purchase it once and she gives you 2 sets. One is like has a white background. This set has the sort of the coffee grunge look. I'm not even adding any coffee grunge to this. So now this one is a little bit more of an intricate shape. So it's going to take me just a second. I love these little intricate shapes though. They're so cute. Now on this one is chocolate. So we're going to use a little bit of the grubby technique that I've showed you guys in the past to add to this one, because we want it to look like maybe this bottle has been used and there's chocolate on it, right? That's what the effect that we're going to add to this jar. So let's get the cute little curves of this. A little X-Acto knife would be good for this. Or if you just have, I did not grab my small little delicate paper scissors, like scrapbooking detail scissors, but those would be perfect. But these are doing the trick. Just got to take a little bit of extra time. These are darling, a darling little set. And like I said, you just pay for this set one time and you can use them as many times as you want. Like, I love buying like transfers and, things like that, and decoupage papers. But once you use them, you have to buy another set of them if you want more. And to me, that's just not quite as cost efficient. And so that's why I like doing these. And plus I can save the extra, I have a little binder that I store my extras in, my extra prints. If I print some and I don't end up using them, I put them in some little clear sleeve protectors and put them in a binder. You can organize them by season, by holiday, by style. Oh, this is going to be so cute. Okay, now I just printed this on a standard regular sheet of printer paper, okay? Yes, I will post the link after. I will put it in my video description right after I get off of here. I've got to go fetch the link and copy and paste it. But if you're on my Telegram notification channel, I've already got it set to send to you. I have it scheduled to send to you like a couple of minutes before I'm finished today. So it'll be automatically sent to you. That's the quickest and easiest way to get it. That's going to be darling on that little jar. Isn't it? Let's see. We're doing perfect on time. So what I think I'm going to do here, I haven't really thought this one through, but I don't want to be able to see through the jar. I know that. I want it to be, I want it to be light. I don't want it to be dark, but I don't want to be able to see through it either. So we're going to use more of the tea bag papers. If you guys are tea drinkers, you could also use coffee filters. Could definitely do that. That's a thought. Or you could use tissue paper or napkin plies. Just know that tissue paper and napkin plies are a lot more delicate, and they can sometimes rip and tear on you. Whereas these These tea bag papers, you have to really work to tear them. Now, it's possible. I mean, you can tear them, but once they get wet, they still have their durability. I don't know how else to explain it. It is going to be cute, Debbie. Aw, thank you, Miss Lisa. So sweet that you're on today. So glad that all of you are here. This was sort of a last minute decision. I had scheduled this a while back and wasn't for sure that I was going to be able to keep it because Mondays are typically hard for me to get on live. Life is just busy on Mondays for sure. Now this little container is curved, which is gonna create wrinkles. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. That doesn't bother me at all. I like it. Okay. All right. Now, once you get these on, I would, especially if you're going to be putting these in like your kitchen decor or things like that where water or things may splatter, I would top coat it with either a spray sealer or just another layer of Mod Podge. Okay, I'm just doing a soft tear to go around the top of this. To see what it looks like. I don't want that straight cut edge, so, and I only need just a tiny bit to go around the top. This is a repurposed maple syrup bottle. I love the shape of those maple syrup bottles. And then when I saw that vintage chocolate bunny label, I thought, oh, that would be cute, like a bottle of chocolate syrup or something like that. And then on the other side, I'll repurpose the other side for something everyday use. That way you get a 2-for-1 Easter, and then on the other side would be something every day. Love doing dual purpose, dual season, something that can work all year long. And you don't have to worry about having storage space. You know, when it's Easter or spring, just turn it around and you've already got it set. Okay, I'm not going to do the back side right now, but see how that covered the bottle? Gave us a good look. Now, if you want it a little bit darker, we could add a little bit of coffee grunge on top of it. And since this is supposed to be chocolate, I think we're going to do that. And the other side would say something with syrup. That's my plan anyway. So I think we're going to be okay to add some coffee grunge to it. Now, coffee grunge, if you've never seen me use this before, I did not heat this up, so it can be a little goopy, extra goopy. My cinnamon is all clumped up at the bottom. So that wind, it's crazy. I'm just going to go over it to darken it a little bit. This will also give it that wonderful smell that I love. Okay. And that cinnamon and coffee, that it's almost like a stain or a wax. It's going to settle on those wrinkles and in the grooves. Yeah, that's going to be cute. All right, let's give this a quick dry and then we'll put our label right on top of that. That's what we got so far. So we've gone from the clear glass maple syrup jar to this side. Let's give it a quick dry so that our label will stick to it. Otherwise, it's going to be wet. Let's see who's here. Good morning, Miss Sue from Living a Heartful Life. The tea papers, you guys, these are actually tea bags, okay? Now, I know that they don't look like tea bags right now, but they were once folded up. Look, you can almost see the shape of the tea bag outline. They were folded up and they had tea in them, okay? You use them to brew your tea, okay? They were like, I don't know if I can do this with all my hands. Okay, so they were something like that, right? When you brew your tea, they have wet tea grounds in them. You open it up You clean out the tea grounds, okay? You clean out the tea grounds and you let these air dry. Is that not like, it's perfect. You can just like take, I mean, all we've used right now that I've bought is Mod Podge. I mean, every crafter has some sort of Mod. You don't even have to have Mod Podge. You can use a little bit of school glue and water. Just use whatever you have on hand to get those papers on there. We've used coffee, cinnamon, and vanilla, which probably lots of you have in your home, your kitchen pantry already. Good morning from Colorado, Miss Pat. How are you? Hello, Miss Kathy. So I like to, you know, take what you have and use it, you know. With just a few little touches, you can make some really cute things. I'm getting glue all over my hands. So let's see. Okay, now, I had a question the other day about the coffee grunge. Does the cinnamon dissolve or does it stay on the surface of your project? Cinnamon, you guys, is typical. I mean, it's by nature, it's a bark. And really all you do to ground cinnamon or get ground cinnamon is you just shave it, you ground it, you know? So you get the ground cinnamon, which is just like a powdery substance. But it does not dissolve and it stays intact. So the cinnamon will be on top of your surface. You will feel a little bit of a grit, okay? But if you put it in with something and cover it with a sealer, like a Mod Podge or like a spray sealer, it's gonna help keep it intact even longer. But it doesn't come off very easily. I mean, you have to brush on it pretty hard to get it to start to flake off. But I just wanted to address that because that has been a question that I have seen from some of you. So I wanted to make sure you were clear on that. All right, now this little label, love it, love it, love it. It's gonna be darling right on top of that. I do feel like it looks a little too new. It looks a little too new. All right, so let's Mod Podge it on here and then we'll add a little bit of coffee grunge to it. I don't want to go crazy because it already kind of does have that look to it. So it doesn't need a whole lot, just a little bit of extra help. Just a little bit of help. And then, oh, I love that label. Now, gosh, that's so cute. Let me show you what that looks like. Is that not cute? Adorable. Okay, let's add. I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of this coffee grunge out. You guys see that? I have this over here on the side where you can't even see it. Right there. Let's tilt the camera down a tiny bit. So you guys can see, there we go, what we're doing here. Coffee grunge right on top of this label. And I think I'm just gonna go around the edges of it, to be honest, to kind of just grunge up the edge. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I should just do it all over. We'll speckle it and look at it after it dries and then decide if it needs a little bit more. We'll do a little bit more, okay? Now, that could cause it to kind of bubble on you. If it does, that's okay. All vintage labels, if you see an original container that has a label on it, it's gonna be kind of warped and funky, and that's okay. So let it do its thing. That's just gonna give it its own little character. That's not wanting to stick right there. Maybe I should have just put Mod Podge on the jar. Did this side, did it stick? Well, I put it on the back of the paper, but it must have soaked it right up. Okay, let's just do that. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and coat this all because I want it to have the same look. I don't want you to be able to tell where I've added Mod Podge and where I haven't. Okay, because sometimes that Mod Podge can leave just a little bit of a sheen. This is matte, but it still has just a little bit of a sheen when the light hits it. So I want to make sure that everything looks the same. I like that. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to finish the top just yet. So I may have to finish that off of the live and then come back. But I know I want to put a little bit of the grubby look to it because it's supposed to look like chocolate. I want this to look like a chocolate syrup bottle. So maybe I should go ahead and just carry the whole tea bag look all the way up to the top. What do you think? What do you think? Hey, Miss Shayna. How are you? Hope you're having a fun Monday. Thanks for hopping on. Lisa from West, oh my goodness, New York ice storm later. Oh my goodness, stay safe. Keep forgetting to save the tea bags, Trisha. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess if you really, really wanted to, I mean, this wouldn't be very cost efficient, but if you just go get a really cheap box of tea bags, you could brew them all at once and just make a whole batch of them, I guess. You know, if you really kind of want to build up your stash quickly, that would be probably what you would want to do. Love that. All right. So, dilemmas here. How much time do we have? We got 6 minutes. I'm thinking. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go ahead and add this around the top, you guys. Yeah. Oh, really? I just added my Mod Podge brush to my coffee grunge. Oh my golly. Let's use, I have another clean paintbrush here. We'll just use that. Crazy day. Okay, I'm only going to do the front half right now for sake of time. I'll do the back half later. All right. And I want this to be nothing super fancy. I just want it to cover that clear glass. I don't want that clear glass to show. That little hook, that little handle that is so cute is gonna give us a little bit of a challenge. But we got it. Since I have this paper kind of already long enough to stretch around, I'm just going to keep rolling it around. The smaller pieces on these curved surfaces, the better, honestly. But the good thing about this is it's very forgiving, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. That's what we have so far. And that'll dry, and I'll add a little bit of coffee grunge to it. Oh, my finger stuck to it and pulled it right back off. But what I'm going to do real quick, let me grab a little bit of this Mod Podge. I want to add a little bit of that grubby look around the top because I want it to look like, chocolate syrup. So what I'm going to do, that's already kind of dripping down all on its own, so I'm going to let it do its thing. See that run of Mod Podge there? I'm going to let it do its thing. But I'm going to take a little bit of this instant coffee. You guys have seen me do this before to get like a grubby look. I'm going to take my fingers and smash up those coffee grounds, crystals, grounds, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to sprinkle it over that Mod Podge while it's wet. I'm going to sprinkle it right over top of it. And the more powdery you get that instant coffee, the more it will soak, the quicker it will soak in and start to dissolve and will give you a really cool look. Okay. All right, so I've got a bunch on there. Now, if you want, you can kind of just ever so slightly press it with your finger to make sure that it gets good contact with that Mod Podge. And it will start to darken, the coffee will, okay? I'm going to take just a little bit more Mod Podge and just dab over it. You can also use your finger to do that. I wouldn't, if you're done with your brush, you don't want to dip it back into your Mod Podge after you've tapped it, because you can see it gets on the tip of your brush, okay? But that's going to make it look like this is a bottle of chocolate syrup. Now, I will probably go and add just a little bit more. Okay, if you're on my Telegram channel, you should have just got a notification to where you can find the link to these labels. It just popped up on my notifications, so if you're on there, you just got it. Okay. Hello, Miss Debbie. First time watcher. Welcome. Tell me your name. Country Family Roots. Love that page name. Welcome. Glad to have you here. All right. So that Mod Podge just has to dry now. I will probably add just a little bit more of a grub or grunge kind of down or maybe even around my label to give it that used, bottled look. Now, all we got to do now is just kind of let that, I call this a grubby technique. Grubby, G-R-U-B-B-Y. My light is wanting to glare off of it. Let me see if I can cut the light. Okay, that kind of gives you a little bit closer look of what it's going to look like. Okay. And then the other side, I'll finish with an everyday syrup label. I think I have one on a previous set of labels that I've purchased before. And I'll use that on the back side. Okay, so while this is finishing up drying, take a look at the two quick repurposed jar projects that we've made today. Perfect for adding to little spots of your Easter decor, you guys. Super simple, super easy. Doesn't cost a whole lot. Those labels that we purchased today for this set, $6. I can print them as many times as I want. I can give these as Easter gifts to family members or friends or neighbors. And I mean, it's a repurposed jar, you guys, a salsa jar, a repurposed syrup container. Get creative with things that you have. I will see you again. I'll probably be on for a quick surprise live sometime tomorrow with some fun things to show you guys. And then possibly again on Wednesday. Stay tuned. We have another crafter coming up live now over in the Craft on the Clock group. Thanks for joining me today, guys. See you later.